Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're doing something incredibly fun and honestly, super practical. We are going to look at exactly how to translate your wildest, most whimsical ideas into flawless visual reality. And, more importantly, we're going to show you how to avoid a really common technical trap that stops so many creators right in their tracks. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our central challenge for today. Say you want to cook up a highly specific, totally whimsical image of a cheerful monkey and a child cooking together. It sounds like a fun storybook concept, right? But as anyone who has messed around with AI knows, getting the machine to output exactly what you're picturing in your head, well, it requires the right environment and a very specific set of instructions. Section 1. The barrier, temporary chats. So here is the exact limitation we're talking about. If you're asking me to generate an image of a monkey and a child cooking together in a kitchen, I actually can't create images in a temporary chat because image generation just isn't available here. It's a text-only ephemeral space. And this brilliantly illustrates a really frustrating moment for beginners. To process complex visual requests, you literally have to be in the right kind of chat window. Moving on to Section 2, the key to the kitchen. So, how do we fix this? Well, it's easy. If you switch to a regular ChatGPT chat with image generation enabled, you unlock the whole system. Here's your simple 3-step action plan. First, get out of that temporary environment and open a regular chat. Second, double-check that image generation is actually turned on. And third, once those are good to go, you are finally ready to input your prompt. You just bypass the technical roadblock entirely. Which brings us to Section 3, Anatomy of the Masterpiece Prompt. Once you're set up, you can use this exact prompt. Let's read this first half together, and just notice the layers here. A heartwarming, whimsical scene of a cheerful monkey and a young child cooking together in a bright, cozy home kitchen. They are wearing matching aprons and chef hats, mixing batter in a bowl. Do you see what we're doing? We aren't just giving a bland command. We're setting an emotional baseline right out of the gate with words like heartwarming and whimsical. We're giving the matching props a specific action to do. We are literally setting a stage. Now let's look at the second half. Surrounded by fresh vegetables, fruit, and baking ingredients. Warm morning sunlight streams through the window, creating a joyful, family-friendly atmosphere. Highly detailed, realistic yet slightly storybook-inspired, vibrant colors, cinematic lighting, 4K. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how those directional lighting cues, like warm morning sunlight, and those heavy-hitting technical tags like cinematic lighting and 4K, totally lock in the final quality. It tells the AI exactly what level of polish we expect. And finally, Section 4, the multiverse of styles. The absolute magic of having image generation enabled is that you get a complete toolkit of alternative vibes. Or if you prefer a different style, you could specify something completely new. Let's move to Alicia and see how this builds a totally different artistic reality just by swapping out a few words at the very end of our prompt. First up, Pixar-style 3D animation. If you tack this onto your prompt, the output transforms instantly. Suddenly, you're looking at a modern, high-budget animated movie scene. Smooth textures, huge expressive eyes, incredibly bouncy and polished lighting. It's like pulling a still frame straight from a blockbuster family film. Or you could switch it to cute watercolor illustration. This makes the entire mood just soften right up. Those sharp 3D lines melt into these beautiful, organic washes of color. It mimics the physical texture of heavy paper, giving the scene this delicate, artisanal, handmade aesthetic that is just so charming. Now, if you want something that really pops, use the word photorealistic. This is crazy because you're taking an inherently absurd concept, a monkey and a chef's hat mixing batter, and rendering it with the stark, lifelike reality of a high-end digital photograph. You're gonna see individual hairs on the monkey and real reflections on that mixing bowl. It's wild. What if we type anime style? Well, that shifts the engine into a dynamic, highly stylized Japanese animation look. You get vibrant, flat colors, dramatic ink lines, and these super exaggerated, joyful expressions on their faces. It completely rewrites the cultural visual language of the whole image. And finally, appending children's book illustration brings the whole concept full circle. This one leans hard into pure nostalgia. Gentle line work, muted but happy colors, and a composition that just looks like it belongs next to some text on a page. The ultimate cozy, classic bedtime story feel. So, the crucial point is this. Use a regular chat with image generation enabled, and the model can create the image directly from that prompt. It basically becomes a blank canvas for whatever you want. Which style will you choose to bring your own ideas to life? If just a couple of words can flip a scene from a quiet watercolor to a blockbuster 3D movie, what does that mean for the future of how we create? Something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Go have some fun creating, and I'll see you next time.